What is up, YouTube? James Baek here, and welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today, still using the Mega Swampert team with Swampert, Pelipper, Tapu Lele, Zapdos, Ferrothorn, and Muck. Let's get started with some games, but if you haven't checked out the previous episodes, I highly recommend checking them out. But so far, this team has been on an undefeated streak so far, and we're climbing up the ladder. Actually, today's actually the last day of the ladder. It's actually pretty early in the morning. But let's see if we can get some good games, as we got Madao from Japan, 1833 rated player, with the team of Escadrille, Tapu Lele, Zapdos, Venusaur, Como, and Greninja. Really cool team. Is this Pledge? Okay, so when I see my opponent's team, I'm guessing it's Mold Breaker Escadrille, which is pretty cool. You got Pledge, what I'm assuming it's Pledge here. I don't have a good answer against Pledge, do I? I don't really at all. Yeah, I really don't. I could lead Pelipper Swampert, I guess. Lele in the back, Zapdos. This is a really cool team for my opponent, and I'm really curious. It's also really early in the morning when I'm recording, so I'm a bit tired. Sorry about that. But, Mega Venusaur Pledge looks like a pain to deal with for my team. I don't have good answers to it. Like, I don't have good answers to Mega Venusaur in general. I would have Lele, but the problem is Greninja. The Pledge is, if you don't know how Pledges work, basically. So, Pledges are combination attacks where both of them have to go off in the same turn. But right after the first one, you immediately get the second one, and they combine into a move, and it has a base power of 160. Comes from the user with the, I believe it's the, whoever attacks second. It's off their special attack stat, and then they have secondary effects. Water and Grass combines into a Swamp that lowers your speed for about 4 turns, I believe, and it is also... Let me see. It lowers the speed for 4 turns, and also it's by 1/4. You're only gonna have 1/4 so of your speed, of your initial speed. So very hard to deal with. I'm just gonna Hurricane Earthquake right away. You might Pledge into the Pelipper, which is why I'm gonna go for this play. Hurricane plus Earthquake might be able to knock out Venusaur. Earthquake's gonna do a lot to Greninja, weaken it. I wonder if it's Scarf Greninja. I really hope it's not. Venusaur gonna Mega Evolve 2. Okay. I'm fine training Swampert since I don't need Swampert as much. Because if I get rid of Venusaur, that's like a massive threat. I don't have to worry about Pledge anymore. I might have to worry about the effect, but I don't have to worry about like the very high damage output my opponent can have with that Venusaur. Earthquake does a good amount. And it is going to be the Pledge coming out. So Water and Grass Pledge. This is a really cool team. I honestly want to try out. And yeah, it's in the Pelipper. I don't think you target Swampert in that situation since you don't need to. And I will be able to get a Hurricane into Venusaur and get rid of that Venusaur. So even though we got rid of Venusaur, we are training about 4 turns right here. Which isn't ideal, as Venusaur does go down here. And what's coming out? Como? Yeah, okay. Not really too worried about Como. I actually am kind of worried about Como. I think Water Pledge into Soul Blaze will knock out my Swampert. I think switching out Pelipper and Lele is safe. But I could also do sack Pelipper here because I don't need Pelipper as much. I think I'm going to try to get Tailwind up, and I think... No, because I would be switching a Water Pledge. I think switching Pelipper out in a Lele is safe. And try to knock out the Greninja. It's still a problem because Escadrille in the back could sweep my team, I feel like. We will get Lele in. Psychic Surge. And yeah, Greninja's going to be faster than my Swampert because of the fact with the Pledge up. And yeah, my opponent just able to outspeed. Man, this is a really cool team, and I don't have many answers to it. Alright, Swampert goes down. Como got boosts. Not the worst case, though. I do have Zapdos. I do need to stall out the Pledge, though. If I can stall out the Pledge, I feel like I can win this game. You might have to double into Lele, though, because Lele is just a massive threat to your team. Psychic Seed, gonna go up. How many turns of Pledge does my opponent have? 2, right? Yes. So I'll protect Lele. Now I think I'll just fire off a Thunderbolt and knock out the Greninja. I need to get rid of Greninja. The Water Pledge is going to do a lot because of the Rain. Plus Protean, which gives it stab. Homo going to protect, which is actually really helpful to me. Is it a Water Pledge in a Zapdos or a Water Pledge in a Lele? I could see both depending on if it's Escadrille in the back. Taunt, okay. That's fine. I do not mind that because I get a Thunderbolt off into the Greninja. We'll pick up that knockout, nice. And Escadrille, I have to assume it's in the back. I wouldn't assume anything else. Yes. I wonder if you Iron Head here or if you Rock Slide. I'm going to switch out into Pelipper and fire off a Heat Wave. I need damage on the Escadrille. If it's Scarf Escadrille, I definitely 100% lose here. If it's not, I do have a chance. So I'll go into Pelipper here. It is Scarf. Oh, no. Okay. Actually, it's not over yet. Heat Wave. Playing Scales. Heatwave does connect, which is really good, but I get a burn on Como, which is, if any target I need to burn, it was the Escadrille. Rain should end here. Swamp disappears as well. Oh, Rain doesn't end. Ooh. Taunt didn't end either, so I can't even Tailwind. Oof. I'm gonna protect here, and I gotta go for the Heat Wave. I have like no other play. Iron Head plus Clang Scales might knock out Zapdos, but I have to go for this play, I feel like. Yeah, because you always target Lele, I feel like, because Zapdos can't knock out Escadrille. If I get a burn here, it might be useful. But otherwise, yeah, it would be game over. Heat Wave. Yeah, I'm gonna need a burn or something. I don't think he... Oh, I do get the burn. That's pretty significant. Although I still think my opponent has this in the game, in the bag, to be honest. You could double up Lele. Or you could Clang Scales Zapdos again. I feel like you would just Clang Scales Zapdos and Iron Head, because Lele can't knock out both of the Pokemon on my opponent's side. Yeah, I think I would lose this game no matter what. I need a crit burn, I feel like, in order to come back in this game. Moonblast into Como. Tailwind? Alright, not gonna come out. Gonna target down the Lele. Is it a double? Oh, that's still KOs. Great, okay. I mean, I was lucky to get the Heatwave burns, and I still think the game was ended. Oh, Flash Cannon. Okay. Flash Cannon? Can I stall out with Roost? Maybe I can, actually. I don't like my chances against Como. I think I would have had to go for the double then. If I went for the double and maybe got it, I would have won. I didn't think my opponent would go for that play because Knockout Zapdos, Escadrille, and Como can win on its own. I didn't think my opponent would allow me to potentially double protect and Tailwind. Okay. Yeah, I can't win. It's like I could PP stall to Como, but I don't want to. My opponent played really well in this game. Definitely deserved it. That's a really, really cool team, though. I really love my opponent's team. The pledge is so cool with the setup with Como, which is really neat in the first place. You got Mega Venusaur, which covers like the big fairy weakness. And you got like Scarf Escadrille, which helps against like Mimikyu. I don't know. I wonder if it's Jolly Scarf Escadrille. I doubt it. Just has to be like modest Tapu Lele, like that Scarf, because I feel like that would be the only problem my opponent's team could have. But really cool team nonetheless. That was a really cool team. So this team finally going to drop a game, but that team was so cool. Could have maybe played it better, but my opponent definitely didn't make the plays necessary. Taunt, I did. I wasn't counting the turns of rain right. I thought one more. I thought it was gonna be gone by the time I got the second heat wave on the Escadrille. I felt like I got what I needed to, but maybe sacking Swampert wasn't the smartest play there. And maybe I should have protected Pelipper and went for Earthquake if I expected you to always target down the Pelipper slot. Because at turn 1, I could have protected Earthquake, which might have been a better play looking back at it. Because I always expect you probably to target Pelipper down that turn, and you wouldn't get the pledge up if I protect. Earthquake 2 KOs Greninja, so you wouldn't get the pledge up. Yeah, I think that might have been the better play looking back. Alright, we got a Sand team this time with Tyranitar, Escadrille, Celesteela, Tapu Koko, Azumarill, and Salamence. My matchup looks really good against my opponent's team. It looks really good against my opponent's team. I honestly think I can lead Rain straight off the bat and double. I think I have Lele and Zapdos in the back. Pharaoh can do a lot of work to my opponent's team. I just feel like having Psychic Terrain's great in case Belly Drum Azumarill comes into play. And Zapdos is good because an Earthquake switching as well as another way to hit Celesteela is just better. Since I don't feel like I feel comfortable bringing Lele or Zapdos by itself without like each other. So we'll see how this one goes. This is definitely going to be an interesting one. I don't know what my opponent's going to lead. But I want to try to get that rain up. It's going to be Salamence Tyranitar. So if I get the rain up, that's fantastic for me. That's like the best case scenario. But if I don't, let's see. Okay, it's probably Scar Tyranitar, I would assume, on this team. Yeah, because Intimidate went before the Salamence. Okay. So nice. I get the rain up. I can click Waterfall into the Tyranitar. I don't know if Salamence would risk itself here. I kind of doubt it, but I feel like the best play is just to go out into Zapdos. Covers the Azumarill switching that my opponent could have. And Ice Punch the Salamence. I don't want Tailwind going up for my opponent. My opponent's staying in with both? Okay. Zapdos gonna come out. Salamence just gonna Mega Evolve. My opponent's really going all in right now. I don't even know what can happen. I don't think anything knocks out Swampert other than Double Edge plus Assurance. I don't think Hyper Voice would put me in Assurance range. Get Swampert in. Swampert's such a big threat to my opponent's team. Although I don't know how much -1 Ice Punch does to Salamence. Oh, it doesn't do nearly enough. Hyper Voice gonna come out, okay. Assurance? Just Rock Slide, okay. Zapdos taking a lot, but I feel like it's alright here. I mean, I don't like taking all that damage, but I feel like Zapdos is expendable. Honestly, I just want to Ice Punch again. Because I don't want Double Edge coming out, and I'm fine with Tyranitar just staying in and attacking. Salamence is going to withdraw, okay. And Azumarill. Fair. Again, Ice Punch off into the Azumarill slot, get a bit of chip. And just another Rock Slide, okay. So my opponent's been making some really aggressive reads. I can go in a Lele though and just click Shout Psyche into the Azumarill slot. I'm not sure if AV can survive. We'll find out, I guess. And I'm just gonna Waterfall the Tyranitar slot. It is my best play, I feel like. I don't like how I've been playing, I guess. My opponent's just been going really aggressive. I don't know if -1 Waterfall knocks out Tyranitar either. Shout Psyche. And Waterfall. Maybe I could have also Earthquaked, but I don't want to take like the extra Rock Slide damage that my opponent might just be able to throw off. And Tyranitar's finally going to switch out. What are we going to see? Celesteela, which is okay here. I did lose my Zapdos though, so I got to be careful about that Celesteela. Waterfall. That's a good amount, even at -1. Shout Psyche going to come out. Moment of Truth. If this knocks out Azumarill, I'm in a really good position, I feel like. If not, this position could get tricky. Like, this position could easily get really tricky. So, we're going to see Shout Psyche come out. Does this knock out Azumarill? Azumarill's a pretty bulky Pokemon, but this is Shattered Psyche from a Tapu Lele and Psychic Terrain. And you took a bit of chip earlier. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Azumarill goes down. Beautiful. Tyranitar wants to come out. I'll double into Tyranitar. Yeah, I'll always double into Tyranitar. Yeah, Tyranitar comes out. Crunch shouldn't knock out my Swampert at this range. And I don't want to sack Pelipper. Yeah, I'll just Moonblast and Waterfall. Because Crunch shouldn't knock out Swampert, and I don't think you carry Crunch, you should carry Insurance. I don't know if you're going to double in the Swampert or try to get rid of Lele. Either one's fine for me, I feel like. If I get rid of the Tyranitar. I hope I clicked Moonblast. Did I misclick? If I knock out Tyranitar, it's really just solid for me overall in the game because I get Pelipper and the Rain's up again. Celesteela shouldn't be able to do too much to Swampert. So let's see what's coming out from my opponent. Just a Rock Slide, okay. As long as no flinches happen, I should be good. But I am taking this chance. Moonblast. Picks up the knockout. Well, it doesn't pick up the knockout, but Swampert. Swampert. Nice. Okay, we get the Waterfall off. That's so huge. I get rid of the I get rid of Tyranitar, which is pretty big. Get a crit, which I don't think matters. Leech Seed actually going to come out, so not even a Shout Psyche. Okay. I guess that still puts me in a tricky position. Celesteela is still doing a lot. Salamence can come out. Yeah. I think my best play is always to Moonblast the Salamence and get Pelipper back in. Reset this Leech Seed and Intimidate that my opponent had earlier in the game. You have to double edge the Lele and knock it out. I don't think Hyper Voice knocks out my Lele. And if you protect Salamence, if Celesteela decides to go on the offense and knock out my Lele, I get Swampert in and I can Ice Punch the Salamence slot. So we'll see here. Pelipper. Get the Rain back up. Let's see what my opponent decides to do with the Salamence. It could also be Tailwind, which I could see here, to be honest, but we'll find out. It's just Protect, okay. So I'm hoping my opponent actually knocks out the Lele here. Heavy Slam, yep. Okay. Oh, it's in the Pelipper. How much does that change the game? I feel like Waterfall should knock out the Celesteela at that range. Moonblast and Hurricane is my play? I'm just trying to think. If we get a double knockout here, does Swampert win in the end game? It doesn't look like it's physical defensive Celesteela. It looks like special defensive. I'm gonna Hurricane. Hyper Voice I don't think knocks out Pelipper either. I think it has to go for double edge. If my opponent has it. And I still think like -1 Waterfall on the Rain did 40%. I think and that was with Intimidate. I feel like Rain boosted, non-intimidate should just knock out at that range. Oh, Hyper Voice. That should throw the game, actually. Or crits the Pelipper. Oh, well. The endgame's still the same anyway. Moonblast. I'm pretty sure Pelipper survived that. Moonblast knocks out the Salamence. Really comes down to this Beast Boost. Yeah, Heavy Slam. If it was Leech Seed, it could have made a big difference. So there are a few things that could happen. One, Waterfall can knock out Celesteela at this range. What's his Beast Boost? Attack, okay, yeah. It was definitely not physical defense. So one, Waterfall can knock out Celesteela. Two, if it doesn't, Waterfall can either A, flinch, B, my opponent misses the Leech Seed. I don't know if he would Leech Seed. I don't know if Heavy Slam knocks me out, to be honest. Three, there's a potential my opponent goes for like triple protect. Okay, no protects, Waterfall. This should knock out Celesteela. Oh, so close. Oh. Good game. Oh, man. I don't feel how, like, I played bad. I really want to know if that's a roll, though. I didn't think Heavy Slam knocked me out either. But, man. I honestly thought Waterfall could have KO'd there. Maybe... I don't know. There's not much I could probably do there. Maybe if I switched out my Lele and protected Swampert on the turn Salamence protected, and I switched out into Pelipper for the Swampert, I'd have to call to protect, and if my opponent got Tailwind up, that would have been really bad for my case, which is why I didn't want to go for that play, because there was a chance you go for Tailwind on that read. As we find a 60-90 rated player from Japan as our last opponent of the day. Oh man, I was playing for the end game that Waterfall did knock out Celesteela, or if not, I get the flinch maybe, or crit or something, but unfortunately did not pull out. Oh man. But my opponent really just making aggressive reads, and it ended up working out for my opponent. Like, getting that aggressive read with Tyranitar, just able to knock out my Zapdos early was so huge for my opponent. But anyway, let's focus on our third game. We got Blaziken, Scizor, Golduck, Latias, Landorus, and Tapu Koko. There's a Golduck. I'm guess, what is this, Scarf Soak? Is this Cloud 9? I want to lead Zapdos Lele. I need to knock out the Golduck so Rain can prevail in this matchup. Because Golduck with Cloud 9 prevents like the rain effects from happening, which isn't good. From this team, I don't know what this is. Is it Scarf Soak? That's like the main thing I'm thinking it is. So let's see what my opponent decides to do here. I want to say it's Scarf Soak. I might double up in the Golduck turn 1 just because of the Scarf Soak potential and the fact it's Cloud 9 most likely on this team, so Rain isn't that great. Yeah, it's Golduck Latias, okay. Actually, isn't that fine? I shot Psyche into Golduck and Tailwind. Literally the... Okay, yeah, the Golduck's faster than my Lele. That has to be Scarf. Is this Gigavolt Havoc Lottie? We'll find out. Just Tailwind, Shard Psyche. The only thing that could really knock me out is like a Gigavolt Havoc, I feel like. Or Specs Lottie with Thunderbolt. So Tailwind here, get some advance. Oh, it's Mega Latias. Oh, that's a problem because that thing is an extremely bulky Pokemon. What's my opponent's game here? Oh no. Calm Mind Simple Beam. And you get the terrain boost. So that's what my opponent was playing for. Alright, Shattered Psyche. In a Golduck. Which I do get rid of the Cloud 9 user. And Swampert if I get a bit of chipping on Lottie. Might be able to pull through, but this Latias is such a big threat right now. I want to shot Psyche because I didn't know if Psychic KO'd the Golduck. I feel like if I chip the Latias enough, Ice Punch should be able to knock it out, but it might be really physically defensive. Well, it's fast. It outsped my Lele. So it might not have too much physical defense in the world. Scissor's going to come out. I do have Heat Wave for it. I'll just fire off a Heat Wave, and I think a Moonblast gets some chip. If I get a special attack drop, that also drops down the Latias' stages by 2. Since that's how simple works. Scissor's going to protect. Does that mean you're going after the Zapdos here? I mean, I'm just going to try to chip the Latias no matter what. That does still good amount even at +2 special defense. I'm just trying to put in range of Ice Punch because that's how I'm going to win this game. That Heat Wave did nothing. Sword Power, okay. That's Psychic Terrain boosted. Okay, it doesn't KO, but it might put me in range of like anything else. I'm going to taunt because I can't afford Latias to roost. If Latias roosts, I'm in a lot of trouble, so I will go for taunt here. And then Moonblast Ice Punch, I feel like, is my best play into Latias the following turn. Because he might Bullet Punch the Zapdos, which is alright. Scissor's actually going to withdraw here into Coco. Okay. That gets rid of Psychic Terrain, which actually helps me. So Taunt into the Latias. Heat Wave. Connects with both. Nice. Get some chip. And yeah, you can't recover. Nice, nice, nice. I will weaken that Latias once again. And I'll Heat Wave just in case Scizor ever wants to switch in. Because I could see a double back in the... I could see a double back into Scizor. And yeah, I don't care about playing aggressively here because I think it works out for me. Moonblast goes out on a Latias. Heat Wave. Nice. That Coco's really low. Electrium's being fired off. Yeah, that's fine. Electrium should confirm you don't have Grass Knot, which should just allow me to win the game, I feel like. Gigavolt Havoc. Should be in a Lele. And then Stored Power in the Zapdos. Yep. So Lele goes down. Zapdos most likely going to go down here. And Tailwind's going to peter out, but I feel like that's fine. Thunderbolt. Interesting. Calm Mind. Recover Stored Power. Yeah, okay. Pelipper and Swampert can come out. I can I want to say Waterfall knocks out Latias. I'm not too sure about the calc. My best play is to just Scald the Tapu Koko slot and Ice Punch though. I have 5 turns of Rain to work with. Yeah, 5 turns of Rain to work with, so I'm good. I have Sash on Pelipper. Only thing that could really screw me over now is maybe Grass Knot or Thunderbolt full power, I guess. Match is actually going to be forfeited. So we're going to take one. That was a really, really interesting episode of VGC 2018 Back to Battles. The teams we just faced today were so cool. I really loved the first team. And this third team, super cool tricks. But gonna go negative in this episode. I think that's like the first time in a while. But that was a really fun episode nonetheless. I think there were definitely some plays I could have made better in the first and second battles. And the third battle, like, I knew my game plan after. I'm like, it even occurred to me. I forgot that Simple Beam could have been a strategy with this. I'm like, okay, you have Latias. Are you Gigavolt Havoc? And then it turned out to be the Simple Beam strategy. And I'm like, oh, I thought this was going to be Soak. I wouldn't be surprised if my opponent had Soak on that team as well. Because I think it pairs well with the Tapu Koko. But yeah, that was a really interesting turn of events there. But hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Back to Battles. If you did, please leave a like down below. Shows your support. And you can feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below because I do read them. And you can also check out the pace spin of this team down below if you want to go try it out. Unfortunately, the winning streak ends here in this episode. But hey, this team definitely still fun, and we're looking to maybe get some more victories in the next couple of episodes. But if you want to try out the team pace spin again down below, you can check out my social medias down below. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will catch you around in another video. Have a great day, people. See you around soon.